Alrighty, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Wednesday morning. May God bless y'all. Yeah, so the Bitcoin price looks like we got a little bullish PPI news, and to be honest with you guys, on paper that is quite bullish. On paper we really have that's quite a low lower than expected. I'm super curious to see what is going to happen tomorrow with CPI. But nonetheless, here we are. I want to just do a quick top-down analysis here. So basically, based on our 3-day time frame here, our 4-day time frame, our 2-day time frame, our 1-day time frame, I still have to remain bullish. All right, I have to remain bullish. Ever since we confirmed the green dot on the daily, I said I have to be more bullish than I have to be bullish here. It's taken a very long time, but holding above our next resistance is going to be the golden pocket. All right, 114.2 at the single print fill until the golden pocket. This is going to be our next major resistance. We technically do have a swing failure pattern like right here, which I guess this is the daily chart, but if we go to the 4-hour chart, it's a little bit higher than that, so we haven't quite tapped into that yet. I'm going to go ahead and set an alert here. I have an alert set if we come up to this area. I do have to say, I'd say if New York gives us a pump and dump, okay, now we're taking that liquidity. Let's go to the 12-minute. Yeah, the 12-minute money flow looks bullish to me. We do have bearish divergences here. The 6-minute, we do have some bear divs, not quite, and money flow is getting thicker. I would like to wait until New York opens here. And my target is going to have to be between this level. This is going to be my potential short here. Specifically the golden pocket, but we do have the single print being filled at 114.2. So I would say this would be a short idea for the day. The last hope short until new all-time highs, which basically, technically we could take this down to the bottom of the range. All right. We could technically even take this to a new low. But for right now, given the context of things being very bullish, I'd say this would be the play, and more specifically, something like this, right? To give us a better risk to reward. And for this, I'd want to see my bearish divs on my... It is tough, guys, I'll be honest with you. The money flow looks really good. I would say if we're taking this trade, view it definitely, like, look for a scalp entry. Look for the scalp entry. Like something like this, like what's happening right now. Like, I'm not taking short here, but right now we do have like a something like this that you could say, okay, look at this. If we come back down to test the support resistance flip here, it would be like a 4-to-1. I would be looking for an entry from this box that would allow me to make a good risk to reward in a very short move. Because I don't think it's good to assume that we're going to be able to hit that final target. All right. But I'm not even going to post this in the Discord because I just want you guys to be aware of the potential there, and also, this is still the short that we've had, all this time. That's the short that we've had here all this time. And then the one above that is still going to be the same. These are the two shorts. We want to see the bear div, the 1 hour, the 24, the 12, the 6. Our 1 hour is soon to be invalidated. Our 24 is very soon to be invalidated. The 12 is, I mean, Yeah, it looks like we're probably not going to have our confirmations at the 14.6 level. I would maybe look for a scalp from there, for sure. After New York opens, if New York opens, we get a pump and dump. That would actually be a beautiful play because New York opens, woohoo, and then we go for it, right? So let's wait and see. New York's going to open in about 18 minutes here, 17 minutes. So there's still the 2 short trades I'd be interested in, the same as they have been here. So let's go ahead and clear off all this, and let's look for some long trades in the event of a dump. Because in the event of a dump, I would absolutely be interested in a long. Let's start on our daily time frame. So we have a daily right around the POC, right above the POC, right here. That's daily open. Let's see if we have any naked dailies. I don't think we have any new ones since Monday. No. Let's go to the 4 hour. What is this? All right, this needs to be extended right. So we're currently holding above macro POC. I'm sorry, macro val, which is nice. I'm gonna mark out this 4 hour order block. Yeah, if we get a rejection from here, then, you know, daily open is going to be important with the POC. All right, I want to take a look at the TPO. We've got nothing. That's not true. We have actually single print right here. We have a single print here. Let me just make sure that we... Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, so... I would say, like... Let's go ahead and pull this. Oh, yeah. That's good. Man, it, you know, this zone right here into the top of that 4 hour order block. We've got ourselves the Fibonacci Golden Pocket 786. This could give us a bounce. See where VWAP is today. It's right there, huh? Yeah. It's right on the 786. Oh man, I mean, so this is where it gets a little bit tough here, guys, because you know what would be really nice? Would be something like this. A back test of 112, fill the single print CDW with bull divs. Let's check out our 12-minute. Yeah, that could be nice. So, you know, this is tough because we have a pretty big zone right here to look for that long, which is essentially going to be that 4-hour order block, the entirety from wick to wick right there. Yeah, from wick to wick. So here's how I would approach this. Like, you know, if I was looking for a fresh long, I would first be looking for an actual bounce from the Fibonacci golden pocket with divergences, and if not, I would be looking for basically a bounce from the 786 and the VWAP, allowing for us to dip below VWAP a little bit. That's oftentimes where you get your really good intraday trades, dip below the VWAP a little bit. But if we're coming below VWAP, I mean, it would be nice just to take the liquidity, right? So the best trade would be something like this, I'd say. You know? And I'd want to see our bull divs on the 12-minute, 6-minute, 3-minute. And let me just make it clear, this is a better trade. This is possible, but not preferred. So, also, just so you know, guys, the code for getting eggs today is PPI. Alright? Post it in here. right? Then I would say, along from daily open, POC, golden pocket, I'd be interested in, and then along from down here, which I'd say is the best one. The daily, the golden pocket, the value area low. But I will cross that bridge when we get there, because right now we just need to kind of wait and see what happens here. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. This long one here, still the same. This one is just moved up a little bit to the daily. I'll just keep these long zones here. Five minutes until New York opens. Let's check out the low time frame market cipher here. It's not loading. Dang, come on. There we go. Okay, yeah, we did see a little bit of bear div, that last high there. Four minutes until New York. Let's check out an order flow chart quickly. Oh, wow. I know you guys can't see it. We don't, we've got shorts opening up here. We've got some shorts opening up here at the top. Okay, we've got 3 minutes until NYO. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and share this chart. I mean, there's really not much to share, but still. let's see if we have questions here. Local CVD looks bullish. I'm on a 5-minute chart. I don't see it bullish here. I'm on aggregated, so I'm not on Bybit. But in general, oh yeah, if I go to a lower time frame, we're definitely got a little bit of local bullish CVD here. I know you guys can't see it because it doesn't work on this browser for me for some reason. All right, 1 minute until New York opens here. What happened to my what happened to my golden pocket here? There she is. Hello, golden pocket. All right, New York has just opened. And a big purple candle. All right, while we wait, let's take some questions there. Shout out to Preparing for War. Shout out to Awesome Sauce. I seem a little down these days. Just got some things going on, man, you know. Shout out to JW. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to TMD. Tina D. Shout out to Crypto Prof. Wow. Nice setup there, Crypto Prof. You're locked in. Trading from the cave. Shout out to Red Elephant. Below. Mark 3, local CVD. Shout out to JW. Can we check AVAX? I will post an AVAX chart later today. I see the August 1st VWAP at 114.6. Would that be a short entry target? Yeah, absolutely. Awesome Sauce. That's my next short target for sure. Is going to be that. My next short target is going to be 114.5 to 114. I mean, really, it's 114.2, but yeah. And obviously, this is a CDW. I mean, this could be a short here. I'm just not 100%. I'm not interested in taking this one. The main reason is because I'm still short from this, pretty much this exact level, from like forever ago, from August. So I'm not rushing to get into a short from here. I'd rather wait for a better level. But yeah, this could be the short. Like if this is today's going to give us a surprise dump, you know, this is it. But I'd rather wait for that higher level, personally. But let's see what happens here. Some consolidation could be good for giving us a short from higher. Do I think we have enough time left from the bull market for all coins to get an all-time high? Yeah, I do, Nima, but I don't know if they're all going to hit an all-time high, but I feel like the good ones like ETH and AVAX, Cardano can, but like all these like old coins, these smaller caps from like last bull run, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see money come into them. But yeah, I do think we could see. So based on our 12-minute here, I expect consolidation and then another pump, like based on this money flow. Are we getting info for what the eggs are for? You don't know what they're for? Yeah, you already got the info, Hash. Or not Hash, Tune. Yeah, it's to win prizes like money and other cool stuff. My opinion on the World Liberty coin. It dumped, right? Didn't it dump? I have no opinion on it. I never even heard of it until it dumped, so I have no opinion on it. God bless you, preparing for war. Let's see what you said there. He said, God bless Jason. I pray all for the greater glory of our Lord Christ. Amen. May God bless you too, preparing for war. He is King says, in a bullish scenario like this, short of the obvious pullback to the local golden pocket, how would I get long? You know, I'm not too good at that, man. You know, I'm not really good at that. So I'm really yeah, so if we don't get a pullback to the golden pocket, for me, I don't really have a trade here. I mean, you have to look for some kind of support and some kind of confirmation. So whether that's the back test of the value area low at 113.90, you know, let's make sure this is up to date here. You know, you could look for a back test of the value area low. You could look for a back test of value area high, which is also the golden pocket. That's preferred. And then there's VWAP. VWAP's always a great place to look intraday for a trade. You know, you pretty much just have to mark your levels and then look for something to get you in. Some kind of low time frame confirmation. But yeah, in general, I'm pretty much better at longing the pullbacks. But I'll be honest, it has been a very tough 2 weeks of trading here. For me personally, I've only taken 2 Bitcoin trades since the end of August, I think. One of them was a loss. I haven't taken any other trades here, so it's been difficult for me to get in period here. So hopefully that changes soon. All right, we're finally getting a little bit of volatility, and volatility means there's more opportunity for trading. So it was a very strange end of August, that slow move down. Would I look for a short scalp if we take the high? Would I? It depends on the mindset I was in. I mean, yeah, I would if I was in that scalping mentality. Look, if I'm in that like scalping mentality, I'll take trades everywhere, you know, for a real quick profit. Do I think it would make for a good like day trade there? Based on our 12-minute money flow, no. But based on all this, I would say the probabilities right now are consolidate within this area probably, and then start to see another move later in the day. That's what I feel. Do I expect Cardano to hit all-time high? I do. I mean, I have a lot of money in Cardano. I have a lot of money that I'm looking to make in Cardano, so I hope so. You have 95 eggs. You need that protein. Yeah, man. Assuming you're a man. Yeah, you can't go wrong with protein. Bro, do you want an N95 mask? Sorry, I had to talk to text. Asking somebody if they need an N95 because you don't want to get COVID. You know? Because, you know, viruses can't go through N95 masks. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you clean a chicken coop with an N95 mask, you're definitely going to get dust in your nose and your throat, but the viruses can't go through. Because viruses are bigger than dust particles, so they get stuck. It's weird how that works, you know? Did I trade stocks before I became a crypto bro? I mostly traded Forex, but I did learn how to trade stocks. I learned TA on stocks, but then I moved to Forex because I like the idea of longing and shorting. Then I moved to crypto because I had a lot of money in crypto. I didn't have a lot of cash. I had a lot of crypto from buying lots of Bitcoin in 2016. Shout out to Awesome Sauce. You like the course? I'm glad. I'm glad. Kespo. Eggland's Best. Farm Fresh. Nice, man. Is that at Costco? Looks like a Costco. I used to love Costco back in the day. Me and Big Bus 28 used to go to Costco all the time. We'd buy everything in bulk. That's before we were farmers. That's when we lived in the city. Oh, we're making another high here. Okay, let's see. This is called the shorter's last chance. If you felt FOMO on missing that the short here, this is your last chance. Man, I was thinking we would come down a little bit and consolidate. That's crazy. So let's see what happens here. Let's go to our Uno minute. Come on, Market Cipher. Why you no load? Alright, just made a higher high locally. We just took out the pre-New York Open high. We technically have some bearish divergences. Let's just see what happens here. Put that there. Let's go to our 5 seconds to see what that looked like. Come on, 5 second. Ooh, the 5 second doesn't look super bearish, honestly. That wouldn't have given me a scalp entry on my 5 second strategy. Yeah, N95s don't work. Here's the problem with masks is unless it's like literally glued to the sides of your face, you're gonna get the dust in there, you know? Which is why it cracked me up so much with these idiots and their masks. It's like, you idiot. Have you ever actually worn one of those, like in a dusty situation? And breathed in all the dust anyway? So it's like, I picture like you're wearing this stupid mask to try and keep you from getting sick, and if viruses are real, I don't know. If they're real, they're coming in through the side of your mask, now they're stuck in your mask. Now you're like breathing in and out the virus. You know, ridiculous nonsense. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy. It's so crazy, you know, when you just realize that. They could tell people anything and people would believe it. It's like back in the old days when you had like, you know, witch doctors and stuff telling you like, if you don't do what I say, something bad's gonna happen to you. But whatever, you know. I have a theory. I don't necessarily believe this theory, but it's something I often think about. What if there was no COVID-19 and the vaccine, all the vaccines were fake? They were just all like placebo, just water. And the whole purpose was just to see how they could divide people over literally nothing. You know, I do think about that because 2025 was a horrible flu season for me. My dad almost died of the flu this past year. And I know so many people in 2025 who got really, really sick with the flu, influenza A. And I know a few people who almost didn't make it. Now, in 2020, 2021, I didn't know anybody who had the vid. I only saw it on TV and the news. I didn't know anybody who actually like passed away from it. I'd hear a story. Yeah, my friend's dad died of it. It's like I didn't know anybody in real life, right? Nobody. But this past year, the flu was so bad that I know people, many people who got really sick. So it's like, I feel like they could just pull that anytime they want. Just say, oh, there's a new virus. And if people pay attention to the flu every year, you could tell them there's a pandemic and they would believe it. Just to divide people and make people scared. And same with like the vaccine. Like there's so much division over the vaccine. Maybe the vaccine's fake. Maybe they just want people to be divided over it and argue over it, you know? It's pretty interesting to think about that. I'm not sure, like, I don't necessarily believe that, what I just said, but sometimes I think about it, you know? Like, imagine if this was literally all just a psychological operation just to, like, see what you could get away with, to see what kind of propaganda people would believe and go for. And what's interesting is the goal of the pandemic was accomplished, which was basically to further destroy the middle class and further destroy the monetary system and bring people closer to, you know, living in a society where things are more in the metaverse, online, less in person, driving us more toward that smart city kind of universal basic income lifestyle, you know? Because interestingly enough, after the pandemic, you know, they put everybody on universal basic income essentially, like all this stimulus money. The government just pays you to do nothing. It is basically a dry run of everybody staying at home, working in the metaverse, in their smart city, where the government pays your universal basic income, and just getting people kind of used to that. And you know, it's interesting. Things haven't changed. Like, obviously things have changed, but, you know, things that were considered weird before COVID are now normal. Like Uber Eats and DoorDash and Instacart and, like, everything being remote. Like, that's so normal now. It wasn't normal before. So just being nudged in that direction. Eventually there will be a disease. Yeah, I agree, preparing for war. Like, eventually there's going to be an actual pandemic where you don't have to watch the TV to know there's a pandemic, you know? I truly believe that's going to happen. You know, things happen. And man, oh man, imagine the division that's going to happen then, because you have this background of the political divide of vaccine versus no vaccine and mask versus no mask, and people saying, next time if they try this again, I'm not going to have any of it. And this time it's going to be real. And then all the people who were pro-vaccine, pro-mask can be like, I told you so, you stupid you stupid, you know. It's going to just cause even more divide, more fear. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be wild. I hope you guys have your homesteads ready. Shout out to Spartan Wrestler. Is the short at the beginning of the live stream still valid? Yeah. Let's you know, we're front running the single print here. I would wait for the golden pocket, to be honest. Everything's still valid. Let's check out our 12-minute. Come on, Market Cyber B. I mean, the 12-minute looks really bullish to me here, man, with the money flow. I would wait for that golden pocket. Maybe we can consolidate a little bit here before we tap that golden pocket, because that money flow looks nice. Let's check out the 3-minute here. Yeah, it's just the money flow looks too good for me on these low time frames to take a short from here. I'd rather wait for a little bit higher, you know. Yeah, JW, I totally agree with you. Yeah, we're on the single prints right now. I'm not feeling the short from here right now, guys, I'll be honest. I'm not. Let's see what happens at the golden pocket. Or at least 114.5 liquidity. Yeah, I always think about all those things, but I think too much, you know, that's the problem. It's one of the problems with not having a job. One of the problems with working out on the farm, you get to think a lot. Alrighty. Well, I don't mean to wax all conspiratorial here, you know. But yeah, I'm not really interested in. Oh well, that's a pretty nice wick right there, huh? I don't see good confirmations really. Let's check out our 5-second here. If we had, I should have stayed on the 5-second, right? I should have stayed on the 5-second. Instead, I was talking about COVID. Yeah, the 5-second would have given us actually a nice entry there. The trick on the 5-second is you want to watch for the money flow and the momentum to get lower as we come to a key level, and you can get in on a scalp trade. Yeah, let's see if we consolidate here for a bit. That golden pocket's looking nice to me. But this is a nice rejection here so far from the single print, so maybe I miss it. But that is a nice rejection, like a nice reaction. Look at that. Let's see now. Let's update this golden pocket here. That is a nice rejection. Yeah, so this is gonna be really nice if we come back down to this level around 112.8. We got the updated golden pocket now, that single print below us, and the VWAP could be nice. Just let me check out an order flow chart quick. I know you guys can't see my order flow chart. Wow, a steady increase of open interest. We got shorts opening up here as well. Yeah, could give us a move down here. Like I said, I'm not too interested. I will be more interested in this area, and I feel like a little bit of a consolidation here could give us a nice chance to get some bear divs, right? But yeah, that being said, I'm gonna head out. God bless you guys. Remember, the code for the eggs this stream is PPI, all caps. So, God bless you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.